Hey, mister. I don't know why I'm coughing when I talk to you on these videos. So, today is May 16th, Monday, May 16th, 2022, 5:37 p.m. I left work at about 5:16 p.m. And you know what? There's no audio meter when you're recording the video, but I'm assuming that the microphone is at the bottom where you talk on the phone, which is aimed to the floor. So hopefully you hear me well enough, not just a bunch of road noise. So anyway, I'm just thinking about that after like 4 or 5 videos that I've done. It seems like the only time that I have available to really record, be able to set things up and record a video for you is when I'm in the car. Like when I'm at work, everything's dirty and noisy and you know, there's no place to sit, no place to prop up the phone, so that doesn't work. I've tried doing that. And then when I'm in the car, if I drive the car at lunch, I don't let the car run like a lot of people do. They just, for their lunch period, they just sit in the car with the AC running, which makes sense. But so they just waste gas for an hour, which is crazy. Because from what I understand, letting your car idle for a long time builds up carbon in the cylinder heads. You know how and you probably know more about this than I do because you're an ET Nav and you had to go to some sort of school to be ET Nav, which is electronics, but you never know. Maybe you know some mechanical shit too. So, but from what I understand, letting your vehicle idle for a long time is bad because I don't know. I don't even really want to guess because it's probably going to be wrong. But I think that idling your car for a length of time is bad for the vehicle because it idles like at 950 RPMs, right? So whatever that does, as opposed to, you know, driving it. Like for instance, right now I'm in the blue Cayenne, which has 6 gears. So I'm in the highest gear, just cruising down the road going 59 miles an hour. And the RPMs is at like 2,100 probably. So Porsche says once your engine is warmed up, your water and your engine oil is warmed up, then go crazy and drive it like a Porsche, you know, which means drive it spirited, you know, fast accelerations and that kind of stuff. I don't recommend that for you because you could wreck or whatever. Anybody could wreck, so just don't do it. But anyway, there are a lot of engines that do have some buildup, and there are some additives that you could use for your vehicle, but I don't know anything about them. I would just recommend that you don't idle your vehicle for a long time. It's a waste of gas and it could build up stuff on your cylinder walls. So anyway, I'm going home after a long day. I drove the car, obviously, which is weird because I'm somewhat apprehensive riding the motorcycle to work because I don't know what I'm doing during the day. So, for instance, the other day, we had to move all these steel pipes and, you know, 20-foot aluminum pipes and 4x6 beams and 4x8 3/4 inch sheet of plywood, and everything's heavy and dirty and bulky, and if it falls on you, it hurts, and my muscles are worn out at the end of the day. So that kind of concerns me that I'm like gonna be pooped out or you know, I don't know, whatever, which is kind of I don't know, it's kind of crazy but not crazy. It's just it's easier to drive, but I love riding, but I'm apprehensive because I don't know what's going on, and I may be like too tired. For instance, when you load out all of those big aluminum beams and all the aluminum pipes and the steel pipe, and you're moving, I don't even know how many pounds of stuff, you're pooped out and tired, and I don't know. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't particularly care to ride to work because it's dark and there's traffic, and you know, you never know. Did I miss my? No. You never know. Accidents happen. I don't want an accident to happen, so I want to live for a long time, till I'm like 100 years old. But I don't know. So I'm apprehensive in the dark in the morning, but then like right now it's 84 degrees out, and I've got a mesh jacket, so that's great when you're riding in the sunny warm weather. But so at night it feels like it's a great time to ride, but I'm apprehensive, and you know, I just need to make myself do it because I got the bike because I wanted to make sure that I had, you know, good gas mileage, and I wasn't putting wear and tear on the Porsches, because this blue one has 138,000 miles on it, and the gray one has 107,000 miles on it. And they can last for like 350,000 miles, but that doesn't mean that I want it to happen right now. So I want to drag out the addition of miles to the cars, because it's more expensive in gas, and then you've got to change the oil, which is like 7 quarts of oil at like 7,500 miles, and those miles add up pretty fast if you just all the time drive the car. But so, you know, the motorcycle, the Honda, my Honda, 400 miles is the initial oil change, and then it's every 4,000 miles, and it only takes like maybe, I think, 2 quarts of oil, maybe a quart and a half or something, probably like a quart and a half of oil, and then the oil filter, which is super cheap. So that's one great thing about motorcycles. Well, my motorcycle in particular, because it's only a 300, which is a 1-cylinder, and it's a Honda, so it gets like 74 miles per gallon, which is great. So it's super cheap on gas, 4,000 miles for an oil change, and the oil change itself is cheap. So it's like super cheap to operate. The insurance is cheap, and you know, it's great. But anyway, so today what we did is working on Guardians of the Galaxy, and principal photography, which is shooting of the movie, is done. That ended 2 weeks ago, I think. So right now we're taking down all of our rigging stuff from the different stages. We were working last week and yesterday on stage 16, which is an okay size stage. They had the spaceship in there, which was awesome because you would see it, and they had it on hydraulics, and it would tilt and pan and go up and down and whatever. So that was really cool, and I got to work on that. Whoa, what the? Some dudes just spitting stuff all over the road. Freaking old man. Anyway, so that was stage 16, and before it was more of a complete ship. It had the cockpit and stuff, which was at that time, I think it was stationary. It probably had the jacks on it, but then it had like a couple of different decks. It had this one wing that had showers and stuff in it. It had the engine bay compartment stuff and a two level cockpit with like 4 seats total, I think. But it was all awesome. So they shot that, and then they were done with the back part of the ship. So they did what's called strike. They would strike that set. So they would strike, meaning take the stuff out. So they took out all the stuff from the back, and they just left the cockpit, which was on the hydraulic jacks and stuff. So it could move. So anyway, we took out all of our stuff, and all of our stuff is like it's a white cloth that diffuses and spreads evenly the lights. It's called magic cloth. They would, about 7 feet up, they would shine these LED lights, tons and tons of lights, and tons, miles of cables. It was crazy. Shine the light through the magic cloth. But we had to trim and cut, and we call them number 1 clips. The clips about this big. Clip those to the structure. And then as rigging grips, there were different things that we had to do. We had to hang the trusses and all that kind of stuff, so we could wrap around. We could lift up 37 tall by 150 or so wide blue screens and ultra bounces, which is just a white cloth or white material with a black side on the back side. So black on the back, white on the front. It's called the ultra bounce. It's used to reflect light. And then solids, which is just black, heavy black material, which is a solid. And then you got the blue screen. We use that a lot in Marvel films. The ultra bounce, the black solid, all those things on a 360 degree rails up top. We could Velcro it together. It's pull it tight so it's nice and tight for the camera effects for the blue screen. So we had to take all that stuff down, all the hardware, like the steel pipes, the aluminum pipes, all the different fixtures, like a swivel clamp, a fixed clamp, cheeseborough. We got pig ears. We got what else? Tons and tons of different things. But those are some of the things that we had to take down. And today we had all that magic cloth that one of the guys that we all pulled it. It was all dusty because that set has been there for months and months. So all the construction dust and the dirt dust. For this particular set, they actually brought in dirt for the middle of nowhere. So when you see the movie, you'll see super awesome set, and then in the middle was the middle of the stage was the dirt, and they have this big thing that comes down in the middle and bunch of screens all over. Somebody flies through, rockets thing or whatever, but it's all good. It was super dusty. Everything's dusty. They probably 40 feet in the air. They drop all this magic cloth, and it comes down and it's all dusty, and it drops into the bin and falls on the floor, and it's crazy dusty. Then I am completely covered in dust. I'm breathing this stuff in. It's terrible, but it's a lot of fun. I'm glad that I'm working in the film industry. We got some drunk guy on the side of the street talking to everybody. I guess everybody has to be doing something. So anyway, this video is at 14 minutes to 38 seconds. So I'm going to let you go. I hope that you know that I love you and I miss you. Hope you guys are doing awesome. And I miss you very much. I love you. It's minute 51, 52, 53. I love you. Bye.